I'm going back to my ex, my wife said after 15 years of marriage. And I'm taking half of everything, she smirked. I just nodded. The next day, her sister called me panicking. My God, what did you tell her? In 2008, my brother Aaron got destroyed in his divorce, built a contracting business from nothing, owned 3 rentals. His wife left him for her Pilates instructor and walked with half his assets, alimony, and the house he'd renovated. He lived in his office for 6 months. My co-worker, Tyler, was a forensic accountant specializing in divorces where one spouse tried to hide assets. He'd seen software entrepreneurs lose companies they coded alone, doctors paying alimony on practices they built working 80-hour weeks. Most guys research a car for months and never read their own prenup, Tyler told me. Then they're shocked when joint account doesn't mean what they think. Tyler and I made a pact. If either of us got married, we'd build real financial protection first. 3 years later, I met Maya. While I fell for her, I also built protection, layers of entities, clear documentation, separation of assets. I had her sign a postnup in 2018 while she watched TV, framed as standard tax paperwork. She barely glanced at the pages, called it my paranoid paperwork. For 12 years, those documents sat unused. Then came our 15th anniversary. We're at the Italian restaurant. Between bites of risotto, Maya says, Evan, I'm going back to Dean. You're a good husband, but I'm bored. Dean has always been my true love. I never really loved you. I just settled for you. 15 years. I'd paid off her $23,000 student loans, supported her art career while she sold 3 bracelets on Etsy, turned down promotions for her. Instead of the scene she wanted, I said, then you should leave tonight. Her face went blank. She'd rehearsed a different reaction from me. At home, she packed dramatically, making calls on speaker so I could hear Dean's voice. As she left, she smirked. I guess I'll finally get half of everything. I stayed quiet. What Maya never asked in 15 years. I'd been building protection in the background for 7 years. The next morning, Maya walked into our bank with her sister Paige, a lawyer. She demanded access to joint savings. The teller typed, paused, frowned. I'm only seeing one account. The household checking with $300. Maya's voice jumped. That's impossible. We've banked here for 15 years. Check harder. The branch manager brought out documents she'd signed. Account restructuring, beneficiary updates, even a survey where she wrote she didn't want boring money stuff and trusted me completely to handle finances. Her own handwriting stared back at her. This has to be fraud. Ma'am, these are your signatures, all notarized. She left with nothing, screaming about how I couldn't just steal her money. That afternoon, Maya found an eviction notice on Dean's door. The building Dean lived in, I owned it through an LLC. He'd been harboring an unauthorized guest, her. Paige filed an emergency motion for asset access. My lawyer attached 7 years of documentation, including the 2018 postnup. The judge denied Paige's motion with prejudice and ordered sanctions for frivolous filing. My daughter Hannah called. Maya claimed I'd stolen everything. I told Hannah to check the documents in her Dropbox. Hannah found texts between Maya and Dean from 6 months earlier, planning the exit, discussing how to maximize the settlement, researching my accounts, messages from Paige, coaching Maya on how to script financial abuse. Dad, she's been planning this since last summer, and Aunt Paige helped her. I'm removing Mom from everything. Hannah stopped speaking to her mother entirely. I sued Dean for conspiracy to commit marital fraud. The lawsuit showed he'd done this twice before, targeting married women for their assets, coaching them through divorces, then disappearing. Dean's lawyer told him, they're treating you like a con artist. You're looking at mid-6 figures minimum. Dean settled for $275,000 plus legal fees. He went pale when he signed the agreement. Maya's in Paige's basement working part-time, posting surviving narcissistic abuse quotes. Her last post, can't believe my ex would rather be alone than share. Top reply, conditional love based on access to assets isn't unconditional. 400 likes. Hannah's at Northwestern studying asset protection. Maya posts daily from the basement. Dean pays monthly, and I kept everything I built.